cosmos is full beyond measure of elegant truths, of exquisite interrelationships, of the awesome machinery of nature.
I believe our future depends powerfully on how well we understand this cosmos, in which we float like a mote of dust in the morning sky.
It's time for another city review. This time on the Trip for Life, we will be exploring a beautiful city, embraced by the sparkling waters of two lakes, Madison, Wisconsin. With an estimated population of around 236,000 people, Madison has most of the benefits of a big city packed onto a small footprint. Indeed, the entirety of the city is packed into a parcel of land around 85 square miles in size, and a good 19% of that space is filled by 5 lakes that lie within the city limits. The downtown of the city has been built in a striking fashion on an isthmus between Lakes Mendota and Monona. As a result, from the top of the state capitol building in the center of downtown, you can see water pretty much every way you look, and large parts of the downtown are blessed with striking waterline views. Another consequence of the location is that downtown Madison is compressed into a very walkable space, with much of the construction being forced upwards into a striking skyline for such a small city. Madison is the cultural and governmental capital of Wisconsin, which is a large part of what I find attractive about it. According to Forbes magazine, Madison ranks second in the nation overall in educational opportunities, which is remarkable for such a small city. This is due to the presence of nearly 50,000 students that attend classes at Edgewood College, the Madison Area Technical College, the Madison Media Institute, and the lovely University of Wisconsin-Madison, which has a large campus on the isthmus within walking distance of the Capitol. And what a capital it is. In my opinion, the Wisconsin Capitol building is one of the most awe-inspiring buildings in the nation, with the very highest standards of construction and artistic excellence displayed in even the most out-of-the-way recesses of the structure. This shining work of art is not the only piece of brilliant architecture in the city, though. Many of the city's civic structures were either designed by Frank Lloyd Wright himself or by his school, and as a result, the city has a very futuristic yet livable feel. Madison is also blessed with a well-regarded conservatory, a variety of performance spaces, 2 orchestras, and even an opera company. To complement this high culture, the city has also been a hotbed of pop culture and counterculture for decades. For its remarkably diverse and rich culture, Madison easily wins a score of 5 out of 5. Madison stands apart from many other mid-sized cities for being very safe and genial. Between 2004 and 2007, a mere 17 murders were reported in the entire metro area, and the city has been repeatedly rated as amongst the safest of large cities in the nation. As for the threat of natural disasters, Madison doesn't have many major issues. Madison is not in a geologically active area. Though a 2009 earthquake in Chicago was felt in Madison, it's doubtful that much damage would be caused in the city even in the unlikely event that Chicago experienced a 9.0. Freshwater will obviously never be a concern in Madison, and food shouldn't be either since the city is surrounded by prime farming country and even plays host to a branch of growing power. Indeed, Madison has no real history of disaster, and thus, for disaster resistance, I give it a 5 out of 5. The economy of Madison has long been dominated by the university system and the state government, but that's been changing in recent years. Many high-tech firms have been migrating to the city to take advantage of its rich cultural atmosphere and the proximity to the state government. Employment in the city should not be a problem. The Madison Metropolitan Statistical Area, which is a bit larger than the city proper, has a very good unemployment rate of 5.2%. That's 17th in the nation for a large metro area, and one of only a few in the top 20 that are not in the Plain States, which have proven to be largely depression-proof. Overall, this is very impressive, but the new leadership in Wisconsin seems to be inclined to turn down stimulus projects out of spite, including much-needed rail projects, so perhaps that could change. However, I will rate the economy of Madison upon what it currently is, rather than what it might be, so Madison currently gets an economy rating of 5 out of 5. Allergies will be a tough one for me to rate for Madison. The day I was touring the city, I felt awful, but I think that was because I hadn't slept the night before and had a bit of foodborne illness. However, Madison does not rank amongst the cleanest cities in the US for air quality, and it has had a moderate amount of air pollution more than a few times recently, so I will deduct a half point for air quality. Summing it all up, we can see that Madison gets a very high rating of 13.5 out of 15, due entirely to some pollution concerns. Overall, though, I find Madison to be a very appealing city that may factor majorly into my future.
The sky calls to us. If we do not destroy ourselves, we will one day venture to the stars.